Oh, how y'all doing? What's happening? So this is gonna be week 3 of the NFL. My quick round take, and I'm gonna talk about get some of the different games out the way because the ones I can't remember already. Las Vegas beat Miami in overtime. Is David Carr for real? Is Chucky Gruden living up to expectations? Miami, Jacob Brissett looked all right, but they still need a quarterback. I go after Deshaun Watson. Their defense is not that good, and they got a lot of holes in them. A lot of holes in Miami. This could be a long year for them. The two teams that play in New Jersey both stink. Where do I start? Where do I want to start? I want to start with the Atlanta beat the Giants. Eli Manning was supposed to be Eli Manning, got his jersey retired. Atlanta beat him at the end. Giants got something, but they just not good. They stink. It's a long season. Denver spanked the Jets. The Zachary Wilson era is not looking good. Teddy Bridgewater looking good with Denver. They're making the Denver defense like the Mile High Crush. Von Miller looking good. I don't know if Denver is that good, but I know the Jets are that bad, so stay tuned. Baltimore beat Detroit at the end. Justin Tucker, who's fast becoming one of the greatest field goal kickers ever. You know, so many years Adam Vinatieri is considered the GOAT, but Mr. Tucker's making a strong case. When you kick a 66-yard field goal and beat Detroit at the gun, 66-yard, he broke the record. That's a scary foot. Tonight, Dallas spanking all up on Philadelphia. Philadelphia was predicted to have a really lousy season. Dallas won lopsided win. Dak Prescott looked good, but Philadelphia just ain't ready yet. Jason Hurd is decent, but they ain't there yet. It's a long way. Carolina beat Houston, and Carolina looks pretty good so far. They're going to play Dallas. It's going to be an interesting game. Houston, with no Deshaun Watson, they really don't stand a chance. And Tyrod Taylor got hurt, but they really, let's be realistic. When your franchise quarterback is being whiteballed, it's not for nothing. Arizona beat Jacksonville despite that 109-yard return on that missed field extra point. But Arizona was just too much. And I heard that Jacksonville's coach coming out talking about everybody looks like Alabama. Well, you got a youngster in Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. And the NFL is a different animal. People pick you up. So it's going to be a long season for Jacksonville. Long year. Tennessee beat Indy. Not a surprise. Derrick Henry ran them up. Indy ain't really going to be better much. Carson Wentz healthy or not, they're just not a good team. Just not a good team. They were better with Phillip Crimea Rivers, their quarterback. Elsewhere, Minnesota beat Seattle. Seattle's defense is horrible. They don't really run that well. And when you make Kirk Cousins look good, and gotta remember, Devin Cook didn't even play. They still put a 30-burger on Seattle. Seattle's going for a long season on defense in their running game. And Pete Christmas Carroll, ever since you gave New England that gift in that Super Bowl, it went downhill. Not the same. Green Bay beat the 49ers at the end, beat San Francisco. Aaron Rodgers looked really good. Jimmy Garoppolo was all right, but the game shouldn't have came down to that close. Green Bay was kicking their behind. I'm not impressed with neither of these teams because Frisco still looks like that whole Garoppolo got to look over his shoulder knowing his job's on the line. And Green Bay's, they should have blew Frisco out. I don't know how that game ended up being that close because it really wasn't that close. My Buffalo Bills spanked up on Washington. Again, one of them games that you're supposed to win and supposed to win big because Heineken or whatever that turkey's name is, Washington needs a quarterback. And they need to wake up on defense. They have started the year off, and maybe we're getting the NFC title last year. Got them heads swole, but this is a new year. You need to wake up. Buffalo tore their behind up. Josh Allen looked really good, and he just ate them busters for breakfast. So put a 40-burger on them, tore their behind up. Elsewhere, New Orleans beat New England, not a surprise. Now, Jameis Winston not throwing interceptions is a surprise, but Mac Jones, or I call him Baby Big Mac, he going to get chewed up on. Patriots do not have a legit running game. The receivers are suspect. And defensively in the secondary, you can get them. So that game next week against Tampa Bay going to be interesting. But Belichick can't get enough cameras out, and he can't get a legit quarterback. And I'm telling you, they're going to miss Cam Newton, mark my word. Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh. And I like Burrow's Cincinnati quarterback, but Pittsburgh is pitiful. I told you Ben Roethlisberger's on his last leg. I think Mike Tomlin's one of the best head coaches going. But you need a quarterback. You need some energy, and your secondary is getting ate up. It's going to be a long year for Pittsburgh. See, one thing I'm noticing already with some of these janky teams, it's going to be a long year. There's some real stinker teams out there. There's about 6 or 7 teams, they stink. Cleveland beat Chicago. Fields came in for Chicago, but Chicago doesn't have enough offense. And Cleveland just basically won what you call an ugly game upside your head. They basically won possession, and they won the game. I think I'm going to talk about the last game, and I think the last game I'm talking about was the main game. And that was the Chargers over Kansas City. Now, for some people, it's an upset. Not for me. I think Justin Herbert is the real deal at quarterback. I just think the Chargers are missing a down Eric Coyle. If they had an offensive-minded coach, they would be undefeated right now because those 2 stupid penalties of motion cost them 2 touchdowns against Dallas, and it cost them 2 touchdowns against Kansas City. But Patrick Mahomes, who I call the Steph Curry of quarterbacks, incredible, one of the greatest already, and Andy Reid offensive-minded. You can't keep on playing this give me the ball, loose change, and not expect it to get you. Because too many turnovers, always got to come from behind, always got to make a fantastic finish. It's going to catch up to you. And it caught up to them. And they lost. And they could be in for a long season because their defense is not that good. And I did say Mr. Kareem Hunt. They missing a legit running back because that running back they got now, he needs some Lester Hayes stick him because he fumbled way too much. It could be a long year for Kansas City if they can't hang on to the rock and be careless and reckless. And their defense is as spotty and as shabby as are. Because honestly, they could be, well, you could say 1 or 2. They could be very well 0-3 right now. They got fortunate in that Cleveland game. They got to do a better job because people ain't going to roll over and play dead. People give them their best shot. All right, so how did your team do? Let me know. Let's talk football. I welcome thoughts and comments. Please hit the like, subscribe, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another, and we will be back. This was a wrap for week 3. I'm out.